must be delusional.
I know it's gonna be lifting for the rest of your life.
Hey you guys, what up? It's your boy Ty. Shout out to those 3 ladies for those beautiful gym clips. I need to work on my intro and tweak it a little bit more. I need some more photos. I don't dislike what I was going for with like the audio, but I need more photos and videos. So I'll work on that. In the meantime, if it's like a reality recap or a show recap, I'll probably just put in a clip from the thing, excuse me, and start off the video like that. But with that being said, in regards to my last few videos, thank y'all for the views on the Karrueche Tran Deion Sanders video. I hadn't even posted no, like TikTok or Twitter link to that yet, and it's already gotten over 100 views, which is good for me because I'm getting back to being consistent now. But we got our snakes on, since that's the theme of this episode. Low down, dirty snakes. With that being said, one thing I will work on with my last few videos, I do want to keep integrating my laptop into my content creation, because like it takes 2 minutes to save a 50-minute video, and that's not what's going to happen on this or on that iPad. So I'm gonna work on the lighting and stuff like that. I do apologize, the lighting was kind of shitty in those last few videos. I know 2 of them that I filmed, I think during 2 of them it was like raining or raining weather, so I didn't really have natural light to work with like I do now. But we'll work on that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Episode 14, don't know what they titled it, but I titled it, You Want to Talk About the Mothers. So, with that being said, first off, Phaedra ass definitely seen Tasty Black before. I don't know why she wanted to lie about that. But I did holler when she said not effective 2025. And then I put no nigga porn. Just playing y'all. Next I put, bitch, now her foot might have got stuck. But is y'all gonna call that body shaming, or is it just when Shamia does it? Just asking. Next I put, Kay, that was ignorant. You should be well traveled by now. And like she dated didn't she date that white Prince man or whatever? So like when she made that comment, I know Kay does things for comedic relief and along with Pinky, and like it could be funny, but sometimes it just comes off kind of insensitive or how should I say, new money-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like when Kay said, just like I didn't like the Coke comment with Pinky during the Reiki. I didn't like when Kay said we get all this money as black people and then do activities that are not of our culture. You should want to immerse yourself in other people's culture. And I mean, there can be a conversation for, the global epidemic of anti-blackness and how we are viewed within society and how uncomfortable that can be navigating spaces that are not, majority us. There's rooms for that conversation, but I just didn't like the overall context behind what she said, even if it just was supposed to be a joke. Shamia, my God today. Shamia, Miss Milwaukee. Now I ain't gonna act like if I wasn't put up in a $9 million museum that I wouldn't be bragging every other motherfucking day, but we don't want to know. We don't want to know about Gerald's Law, baby. We don't. I put, not come on Tasty Black, when they were doing the, was it caber tossing, hammer throwing, and tug of war. I think it was during the caber tossing. Let's see, my next note was, not There's Always One, Isn't It? The host of the games, one of them said that, that was funny, when Phaedra was trying to do the caber tossing. I put, Faye, you possess absolutely nothing of Michelle Obama besides race when you're not given SpongeBob's mother by the foundation. I need you to remember that. I need you to not ever compare. Don't do that. Don't do that. The only thing you got in common with Michelle Obama is...
You're a nigga.
Next, I put, K. Michelle took me out when she said over-constructed ass. And I said, you know what? It is good that K. Michelle not play this tug-of-war game. She gave me anxiety when they was doing the roller skating. And I was like, I'm glad Portia's behind her, but if they fall the wrong way, what happened if Kate ass pop and Portia titties? Because then Portia has something going wrong here with her surgery. So my nerves was bad watching that. It was a fun scene, the roller skating, but K. Michelle, get your ass off the motherfucking skates. Portia, you too. Then I put baby, the healthcare is probably better. K. Michelle, it's probably better. In fact, let's look this up real quick. Uses tax-funded, universally free NHS Scotland, while US relies on a fragmented hybrid model building. Scotland provides care at the point of use with zero deductibles, high premiums, co-pays, and risk of medical bankruptcy. That's us, just so y'all know. Funding and costs, resulting in almost entirely free medical visits, hospital stays, and prescriptions. The U.S. sucks ass. Oh my God. We are the shithole country. In Scotland, all prescribed medications are completely free for everyone. They're guaranteed access to GP without financial barriers, but the system faces significant backlogs for elective surgeries and specialist referrals. Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. In that case, Kim Michelle, yeah, sit your ass down. Definitely sit down. All right, okay. So at any rate, I just wanted to look at that. Just something I thought about looking up while I was watching the review. But at any rate, God damn. Okay. So at any rate, next I put not a $50 bill. Kelly said, I got a $50 bill if you want to help us. Then I put, damn Kelly, they can drag the hell out your ass. Then I put, Angela, shut the fuck up.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Like, what has Kelly even done on this trip for you to warrant that? Like, I get they be doing light shade and stuff, but for her to say, I've wanted to drag Kelly since the beginning of this trip, y'all ain't even had no issues. Unless you just, doing the way that you transfer your feelings for Portia onto Shamia, you doing that with Shamia to Kelly, maybe that. But y'all ain't even had no back and forth like that. And she barely even chimed in when you was doing your shit with Shamia, unfortunately, unless they edited it out. Because as sophisticated viewers, I'm open to believe that the women on Team V, I hate that there's teams, but on Shamia's side of things did have her back more than they alluded with production. So here I put LMAO Kelly with nobody husband, nobody boyfriend. I did have my legs open. Next, I put Shamia not. Oh my God. I can't read my own handwriting. Not by. There we go. It was nice to see her and Portia. I still think that's a toxic friendship, and I think, like Shamia said, you don't just lose love for people like that overnight. But I do think they'd be better off their separate ways. Shamia would have to contort herself back into a pretzel to be Portia's friend, because Portia struggles with accountability. We've seen her fall out with almost every woman on this fucking show. If they're not on the Hate Kenya team back in the heyday of RHOA, she's not going to be cool with them. If they want to hold her accountable or call her to task, it's not going to end well for their relationship. She's not going to apologize. At most, you might get out of her, I hurt you, you hurt me, like she's told Kelly, but she does not say I'm sorry and mean it, or say it at all, really. Not genuinely, anyways. But at any rate, yeah, I think that friendship needs to go, but it was nice to see them have to go back and forth. And then, not Angela, Thomas, surprise, Portia guy has a gag reflex. You see her calling her a hoe again? You see. They got over it. They're good. Okay, all right. Next, production. Why the fuck are we seeing Portia spit out fucking haggis, bitch? What the fuck wrong with y'all? She was here on
Bitch, I'ma break your neck, ho.
When I say that shit pissed me the fuck off, I am the type of person, I don't even like watching movies Or like, I don't even like in movies, because I keep watching it, you know, as long as it's not a reoccurring thing. I don't like in movies where they show them like gargling mouthwash and spit it out and then show us in the sink. I don't need to see that. I saw them gargling. I heard the sound. Whether or not it's real or not, I don't give a fuck. This ain't Smart Rants when we're kids and we're trying to see all the stuff that comes out. No, I don't give a fuck. No, do better. I want to see that shit.
Let's work on that.
We don't know where Portia's saliva has been. Just saying. Because if they got the money for the pussy, they got the money for the bond. I'm just saying what her friends say. I put now for lunch, I'll take the vegan menu. Oh, here I put, why are we seeing Portia hacked up haggis? I feel like that ate better, but in the moment I was just so upset I couldn't deliver that how I wanted to. Look at me and my rehearsed reads. Hey, Phaedra. But no, let's go. Gilmerton House. Vegan tomato soup with cavoli nero and pumpkin seed, or cavolo. Yeah, I think this says cavolo nero, and pumpkin seed pesto. That's the starter. The main is the vegan glazed tofu, vegan glazed tofu, fennel, and tomato ragu, saffron potatoes, and then the dessert is blood orange Krenachin vegan cheesecake, salted shortbread. I want to see what some of this look. I mean, I could see it kind of on the video, but I wish they kind of would have, highlighted what was what. I mean, you can kind of tell, but let's see. For the non-vegans, it was the Arbroath smoked chowder, chive oil, smoky chowder. What is Arbroath? Let me see. Arbroath Smokies. It's salt dried. Oh, it's a fish. Okay. Oh, it's haddock. Okay. Haggis, neeps, and tatties. Okay, haggis, neeps, and titties. What is that? Might need to bring some lotteries with me, but I mean, it's not bad. And I've had lamb before. I just haven't had the brains. I don't really eat brain, like, and I go places that sell animal brain. I just don't know if I want that. I do believe in, being a good sport, and we're in a new country. I could try new things. I just don't know if I'm gonna skip all the way to the brain. Now Portia should have no problems with brain. I'm just saying, allegedly. If you got the money for the pussy, you got the pussy for the money.
Got the pussy for the money. You got the money for the pussy.
But at any rate, blood orange, Krenachin cheesecake, white chocolate, salted shortbread. Okay, I wonder what this Krenachin cheesecake looks like. My algorithm is gonna be Scottish. For real, for real. Okay, now this looks good. Maybe I'll just eat dessert and wait till we get to dinner for the restaurant. I ain't gonna. Now, me, I'll try everything once. And then, even if I'm not a fan of something, I have class and cool. I'm not going to just be up in somebody's country spitting stuff out in the napkin, leaving it open for the lady to see. But, class and Portia don't really go together. So, all right, neither here nor there. I put, Portia is doing a power move when she announced to Kelly about the moment that they had that previous night and all this stuff. Like, if you can't see what's going on in front of you, I have nothing else to. I don't know what show y'all be watching. I don't find Portia to be a very genuine person in general. Like I said earlier, we've seen how she's done her friends. And to bring this up at the table, it's natural to bring it up in conversation. But it just was kind of given, let me make Shamia feel a type of way real quick. And it looked like it did what it was supposed to do. I'm hoping that that's just how Shamia's face was caught at times, and Portia didn't actually see that. Don't get no whole satisfaction. I put, not no dick. When K Michelle was like, she ain't give me no dick. She ain't. Oh, that was funny. Then I put LMAO, the Phaedra impression. I gave her the Phaedra. Then I put monster, ... question mark. And I put the montage. I see the image that production is trying to paint of Shamia when in all actuality, if you go back to all of those scenarios, Shamia is, well, let's say, the Drew thing, she didn't have to say that. She could have just left it off at, I would have liked to sing you. I mean, I don't know. Like, to me, this is all ping pong. It's all table tennis. It's a back and forth. I just don't look at any of those situations that they play back as. The only thing I can really say is, as far as the Drew thing, Shamia could have, left off the part about it would have been nice to see it. But I mean, hell, Kenya said that to Portia before. It would have been nice to give you your gift in person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, it's housewives. I just kind of expect that kind of somewhat catty response. But any other time with Shamia getting their answers together, and I don't feel no type of way about it. But K Michelle calling her a monster was kind of, Kimberly, what you mean by that? Next, I put, we're crying over money. Now, and I saw the debate that happened when we saw this preview 2 weeks ago, while what Angela said after that sounded sweet, it's more to her than just her money. Angela has a crass way around people having feelings of sensitivity, it seems. She did it with K Michelle when K Michelle was breaking down at the table before she got into the crux of the plot. And just to illustrate, like, nobody likes somebody coming downstairs crying during the girls' trip or the boys' trip or whatever, but you didn't know it was the plot. Everybody can react how they want to. It's very obvious that y'all tried to get information on Kay before she got here. Maybe calling it plot was a strong thing, but at the end of the day, you were plotting. You were coming up with shit to use just in case. Which you really could have just looked up your own shit. K Michelle is coming on y'all's show as a superstar. So, like, that's dumb in and of itself for y'all to even be calling Jason Lee and stuff. You could just look up shit on her if you wanted to. She worldwide. But nonetheless, you didn't even know what she was crying for. What if she came downstairs and said her son got in an accident or some shit? Like, so, I mean, Angela has always shown apathy to people having emotions. So, I mean, what she said after that was sweet. It's like, duh, bitch. No, she's not crying just over money. Like, what the fuck? She got employees, she got to pay. Didn't you the one who said she canceled Christmas? So, you know what I'm saying? She got employees, she got to pay, she got bills. You know, if she don't have a good month, it's coming out of her pocket because the show must go on. And then I put, I'm hoping Pinky is not the one carrying. Claudia revealed, very uncouthly, might add, that one of the women on the other side of the couch with K Michelle, Pinky, and all of them was pregnant. I didn't like that. I think pregnancy is for the couples to announce. I don't care. Like, I don't even like down to when y'all see somebody starting to grow a little stomach or wear certain clothing and you be in the comments, congratulations, but like, I don't like shit like that. Because if something happens, now you an asshole if something goes wrong with the pregnancy. And let people tell that shit on their own time. I don't care if they're celebrities or not. I think that is so insensitive and disgusting. Like, I don't give a fuck. I didn't like that for Claudia to tout herself as a real journalist and a person of journalistic integrity, and she's done that herself, said outside of her mouth. I would think that you would carry that news after it's revealed or something. I don't know. Like, you could have said you had the scoop after the reunion. I didn't like that shit. But at any rate, I would hope Pinky's not the one carrying this child, because it's just confusing to keep up, because you got the bankruptcy here that you said is not personal. You're filing for your business bankruptcy. But then it's so, and then you're doing a show about your life, which I would hold off for a season or two. Like, if you get to season 3, okay then. Now people are invested enough to watch that. Now, I mean, just because we're not invested as a RHOA viewership, it doesn't mean people aren't invested as her, main core fan base. Because, I mean, hell, granted, I'm assuming their stock is going to go up as far as, like, their followers and viewership and all that when they get on the show, naturally. But let's see. Pinky Cole. She has 1 million followers. So, I mean, maybe the demand for a video and a movie on her life is there. And hell, if she can put out the promo and it looks enticing enough, people will look at it, I don't know. She got a lot going on. I do love her comedic timing, though. And I put, I'm going to just quit and be an ambassador for Go Naked. I hope Pinky, I hope she comes out on the, end of things happy, though. I do. I don't know too much about Derek with an ICK, but I put, Kelly, why you got me a film agreeing with Phaedra? Now, I heard the teeth was, and if this is true, Kelly, you ain't got to fake it to kick it. Atlanta Housewives, like, yeah, we love seeing Shamia come on to the point where some of y'all was deluding yourself into thinking that Shamia was not who the fuck she has always been. But, yeah, we love seeing Shamia in the opulence and the Rolls Royce and all that. But if you got your teeth done and it was a deal with the teeth whitening place, hey, you show us on here, we'll show here. Just say that. Like, and you would look smarter, because it's just like Portia trying to create the timeline with Simon. If what you're saying is true, and we'll get to that later, but we'll cap that. We'll get to that later. But you would look better off with all these financial troubles that you have, just saying, hey, I had a partnership with these people. I can get a new smile, and they get promo for the show. I mean, don't break the fourth. Well, I don't even know if they give a fuck about the fourth wall anymore, but, because it was broken quite a few times during this episode. But, like, just be real. Just be real. You ain't got to fake it to kick it. Because if we're going with the nigga bought you $70,000 in your mouth, like Phaedra said, you should have got them damn Crest 3D white strips and took that $69,000 in remaining in your motherfucking bank account. I put physical therapy. Child, what's going on? Is this, like, it was so much that was going on. And then there was a part where Drew was talking and I was like, I could believe it. But then Phaedra started saying other stuff and I was like, Phaedra a freak. So I don't know, Miss Southern Belle today and Hooker tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about this. All I know is Portia, ... the tightest. Last time I heard, if you got the money for the pussy, you got the pussy for the money. I'm just I ain't gonna edit it in that time, y'all. I put, this woman is giggling hard as fuck in the confessional. Then I put, not just gonna make me arrive. Oh my God, I'm screaming. Then I put, it's sad they can only connect with sex. That seems to be a running thing with Atlanta. That's the only time they can be peaceful and have good conversation. But I mean, these women aren't friends, so, and not as a whole. Next I put, when they were in the Scottish boutique, I put, do we have a budget? ... You do. LOL. Then I put, they're editing Shamia intentionally. I noticed when she had the conversation with Kelly, and all she said, I went back to keep checking it, because I was like, why did they got Shamia walking off like she's, looking sad by herself? And then I put, all she said was, that's how she used to do me. So it was like a funny moment. A little tongue-in-cheek comment was made, and then you walk off and see Shamia, or you see Shamia walking off sad. And I was like, I feel like they're really, like, she could have just been walking off to go look at some shit. But the way they're editing stuff, I just don't, I ain't liking this. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking K. Michelle referring to her as a monster. Again, Shamia has done nothing more worse than any of the women on this cast. The center peach will put false assault allegations on you to one up an argument. To one you up in an argument. So Shamia's the monster? Is that what we're saying? Not to mention she turns into She-Hulk when she can't read. When Kelly was talking about, so whoever is pegging the peach, keep pegging. Keep peaching peach juice. I put, nah, she's nicer as a kissing lesbian. Next, I put, when they were at the dinner, I put, not a new song with Ray J. ... And then I put Kay's confessional, LOL. By the way, she actually has a history with Ray J. They was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood together. So, yeah, Kay Michelle and Drew been shading each other, but that was some shade for Ray J as well. She wasn't just throwing darts at Drew. So my next bulletin point is when they start getting into it, Shamia and Portia. I said, Portia, you're full of shit. What Shamia said was a valid question. She's already made the comment that she doesn't want, their families hang out together. So just because her and Shamia or Portia are in a rocky place, she would never intervene with, the kids' relationships or Dennis and Gerald's relationship or whomever else gets along with each other. Portia used to be cooler with her sisters than Shamia at one point. So, just because they're in their, the family is connected. So her raising validity to the question of, you think I'm going to do something to your child or something like that? That is crazy. That is crazy. And then Portia want to sit there and act like it was so egregious of her to try to suggest that. But then you talking about some later on, bitch, you might poison me. Portia, shut the fuck up. So at any rate, let's break this down. Since you want to talk about she's trying to hit me where it hurts with PJ. Portia, the same daughter that you used as a shield, season 13, after you got caught bouncing on Bolo, allegedly, and you wanted to take your angst out on Kenya and insist that children be invited on the cash trip, all for you to just not invite her on the next one. The cash trip where y'all was bouncing on dicks, allegedly, and bouncing on each other. You was mad that you couldn't bring your daughter. You was mad that you couldn't bring your daughter on the trip. Speak up, Portia. Speak the fuck up. I want to hear. And then all for you to go to the next trip, and did you try to bring Pilar with you? No, you didn't. You didn't. And then y'all want to do all that extra shit. You and Kenya both bought your daughter's season 12 trip because y'all needed help. They were still younger. So shut up. The same daughter that you tried to have her father thrown in a foreign Mexican prison? That daughter? That's the one? That's the one, Portia? Really? Okay, all right. And swung on his grandmother? And was throwing plates and a boom mic? Equipment? Heavy-ass equipment that can, break somebody's whatever? We got 200 and plus bones. And you would think yours would be tired with all the violence that you've had over the years, but nope. So at any rate, per your jank-ass timeline, in regards to what I was mentioning earlier with Kelly, just telling the truth, because you come out looking crazy when you make up lies. Per your jank-ass timeline, you were engaged to Simon for 1 month, and you had PJ sitting on Simon's lap. Now we know you're lying, baby. But don't bring PJ up into this shit. She asked a valid question. You doing the same shit that Angela wanted to do. You reaching for crumbs with the whole my daughter thing. At any rate, it don't even make sense when Portia talk. It really don't. It really don't. Because now you're trying to feed us this junk-ass timeline with shout out to Tisa Tales. That's the one who had broke down to Simon and Portia Stewart Williams Guabadia timeline. So, yeah, they had been dealing with each other longer than what the fuck Portia and Simon were trying to allegedly. And you can see that when she walks up to his house and was about to open that door and then remembered, oh shit, I'm on camera, and knocked, and by way of that fist bump. So, I mean, even without all the details and Fallon coming out, and breaking down the timeline, but let's go with this lie of you just got engaged with him to 1 month. So you gonna let a nigga that you've been engaged with for 1 month, you gonna let your daughter sit on his lap? Like, you see how when you lie, you gotta keep carrying a lie and shit start getting stupid. So at any rate, Next, I put Portia. You most definitely said Shamia's, or said that. You most definitely said that. I could see Portia saying, Portia has that envious spirit, just like that spirit of exposure. You most definitely said you got the hawks, you can dance, you can act, just let me have this. I can see Portia saying that. Next I put Shamia's blue look in her confessional's good. And normally I feel like if you're gonna have all this going on, you wanna put your hair up. But I ain't even gonna lie, with the like curly hair down, it looks good. Next I put Shamia, come get your baddie's chain. Come here. And then I put also, I knew it was about a nigga. I knew they fell out over a nigga. I knew it. Then I put, damn, I think everybody in the restaurant heard that. Everybody. Ugh. Your mom tried to get with my dad. Oh my God. My God today. And then not, y'all are low down and dirty from generation to generation. Not Pinky talking about something. This sound like we in Utah. Now how I get in it? Next, I put Portia, you're one to talk about premeditation. And also this word Portia keeps using trigger. Portia is sending out bat signals that when she gets physical, she's gonna try to correlate the two. Because she doesn't have any self-control. That's why she was sitting at the dinner table last year with Shamia playing with fucking forks and knives and shit. That's why when all Kelly had to say was, you slept with all the Nigerians in Atlanta, you was doing all that finger stuff, you don't put no glass in our face, don't put your motherfucking crusty ass fingers in her face. We see you. We see each other. Then I put, dang, I'm not narcissistic. I think that's the first time Portia has called somebody, or somebody has called Portia out for being a narcissist on the show. Now, they all have to have a level of narcissism or ego about themselves to go on a reality show in general. I do believe that with reality TV stars, but Portia is what happens when trauma has occurred somewhere and it has not been healed or nurtured properly. In fact, it's been coddled. And you can tell that by way of her spinoff. The way that her family was willing to lie and act like nothing happened in that brawl in Mexico. She's insane. She's off in the head. Next I feel for Shamia. I really do. She's grieving a friendship. And now, it's understandable that she's emotional because I think she's now facing the fact that there is no going back from here. Not after what was divulged at that table. Absolutely not. Yeah, like she said, I've covered for you. She's been a lapdog. She's went along with stuff that Portia said, knowing damn well it was a lie. This is why you need to move authentically within yourself at all times. So you don't have egg on your face. Because Portia is going to be the unscathed liar who is still able to throw shit out left and right. I can see, although I believe Shamia and Portia and their mamas respectively, are two sides of the same coin. I could definitely see Miss Diane trying to get with Shamia daddy before I see Shamia trying to get with her uncle to get back at Miss Diane. Who knows? I don't know. For my preview notes, I put Portia, Destiny swap. Aren't you the same one who got pregnant after your sister Lauren and was treating her like shit when she was your assistant? Portia, shut the fuck up. And then, in regards to her leaving after Shamia showed up, bye, Trashy. So yeah, that concludes my review. I'm glad we're back on regular scheduled programming. I don't know why the fuck we had to take 2 weeks off. Child, our 4th of July was June 16th. Don't nobody care about that shit. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this episode down below. Let me know what y'all think of my review. interact. Let me know what you agreed with, what you didn't agree with. If there's any other shows that y'all want me to review, let me know. I do have one I'm going to try to work on and get reviewed before the end of this week. But I have to watch it on my iPad so I can speed it up. Shout out to Netflix for speeding stuff up to 1.5 on the mobile devices. Don't know why we can't do it on television, but whatever. But yeah, with that being said, I'm glad this review is short and easy. 35 minutes is not going to take that long to edit. Y'all let me know what y'all thought down below of the episode, and I will get back to y'all in my next video. Peace.